Oh boy, today we have some spicy Call of Duty drama. So spicy, in fact, that no one's talking about it. Critical isn't talking about it. Ludwig won't touch it. So I guess it's down to me to be the single martyr that talks about this subject. Now, we all know beloved children's game Call of Duty Warzone. The game where you run around for 20 minutes, nothing happens. That is until you're killed by a guy that's been camping in the same spot on the stairs for 4 games in a row. And if that doesn't happen, you die because you get ganked by 2 teams coming to fight each other and you get sandwiched in the middle. And Warzone, because of how hugely popular it is, has a lot of characters that you can play as that are celebrities in the real world. For example, Snoop Dogg, Messi, despite the fact that Messi looks nothing like Messi and more like if you ask like ChatGPT to draw what Messi would look like. But then Activision went the extra mile and they started adding not celebrities, but e-celebs, your favorite streamer. One such streamer was Nick Merckx, but unfortunately, because of recent controversy, his bundle has been removed from the game and you can't pick him as an operator anymore. Where did this story start? Did he say an oopsie on stream? Well, no. Like all bad things in the entire world, this came from Twitter. This all started with a tweet being posted in America, because of course it's America, of anti-LGBT and pro-LGBT protesters fighting against each other. Apparently this was outside a Glendale school meeting board, to which Nick Merckx replied to the tweet saying they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. And this tweet juiced, getting nearly 100,000 likes. This then led Activision to pull Nick Merckx's entire bundle, so like I said earlier, you couldn't pick his character anymore. And then when asked about it, they put out a tweet saying they removed the operator and are focused on celebrating pride with our employees and our community. So clearly Activision, or more than likely a couple people on the Call of Duty team, the PR team, didn't like that tweet that Nick Merckx put out, and in return they removed his bundle. Now this decision, it should be pretty much cut and dry, it should end there, but this caused ripples across the multiverses. This caused like Captain America Marvel Civil War, with other Call of Duty Warzone streamers basically standing up to try and defend Nick, like for example Dr. Disrespect, who made the very brave decision to delete Call of Duty off his PC midstream.
What we gotta do is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistake, in this year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise. But that decision by COD's PR marketing team,
again, so brave. It's not the time people burnt all their Nikes and then like bought a pair a week later. The problem is with this situation, what I don't think these creators realize by like, you know, standing up against Call of Duty is like, you are giving the game more traction than ever before. I honestly did not even care about Warzone. I haven't played it in ages, but it almost piqued my interest and I nearly actually installed the game just after like hearing how much of a shitstorm there was around it. The main problem you have in this situation is Dr. Disrespect is trying to defend his friend Nick Merckx. He makes a stance by, you know, deleting Warzone, making it a point that he does not stand with the community. He doesn't stand with the decision that Activision made. Okay, but the problem is the kids that are watching you, what are they going to do when you end stream? Probably go back to playing Warzone. And then to make matters even worse, Hasan Piker got involved. I assume there was no like celebrity master chef to watch on the day. So he actually watched Dr. Disrespect delete the game live on stream and then reacted to it. When I say react to it, he basically mocked Dr. Disrespect for cheating on his wife. And this is literally the day that it was their wedding anniversary.
Yes, he is more loyal to... He's more loyal to Nick Merckx having his skin than his own wife. I know, yeah.
And then when Nick Merckx finally came back to streaming, he saw the clips of Hasan and basically just said he's dead to him.
People like Hasan and even the Jakes of the world and those people, they get that. This is how they do it, Chad. This is their game. This is the game they play. And, you know, I think up until that week, Hasan and I were pretty cool. And I know he's not going to lose any sleep over our relationship or anything, man. I'm not either. But after hearing him say what he said about Doc, that motherfucker's dead to me. I DM'd him as soon as I heard it. And I said, you know what? Have your opinions. We can agree to disagree. You can say the things that you want to say, of course. But you're going to go up there and say that shit about Doc on his fucking his anniversary, right? It's a guy's anniversary. And you're saying shit like that in front of all those people? You're just going to let that rip? All right. I mean, fuck.
And then this led to what I can only describe as a really sad back and forth between the Doc and Hasan. Both of which were doing this weird thing where like they'd watch each other's videos live on stream, pause the stream, and then talk shit about them. It kind of reminds me what I used to do in like my 2017 Leafy commentary era, where like I would just basically make fun of someone protected behind my computer screen because I was a complete coward. I mean, I kind of still do that now, but I guess there's a little bit more criticism, just a smidgen more.
like who's this fat phony? Hasan? Hasan? Hasan, you talk about a phony. Holy shit. A fat phony. See, he wouldn't. See, that's the thing too. Like, he wouldn't say these type of things if we're standing next to each other. You know, he wouldn't.
I think we're clear.
Because he knows there's repercussions, right? The thing too. Like, he wouldn't say these type of things.
You wouldn't say that to me in LAN. I get the hottest bitches, dude. Okay, I hang with the sexiest girls. Okay, I'm the two-time. Okay, I hang out with the sexiest ladies. Okay, let me tell you something. Maybe a little too much. Okay, you wouldn't say that to me. You wouldn't say that to my fucking face, dog.
We're in Japan.
So what you have currently is a civil war between Dr. Disrespect and Hasan, both of which their kid audiences are basically just watching to see the latest developments, probably either spamming L or W in each other's chats. And then on top of this, TimTheTatman decided to throw his hat into the ring, who's another very popular Call of Duty streamer, very good friends with Nick Mercs. And he basically went onto Twitter, and it was quite a weird tweet. He basically said he's been friends with Nick for years. He finds the decision that Call of Duty made to be just completely insufferable, and then requested that also his bundle be removed from the store as well as Nick Mercs. It's almost like he's in the battlefield and he saw Nick Mercs get shot and he's like, wait, I want to be shot too. But jokes aside, I can kind of understand where he's coming from, because it's like, you know, he sees something happen to his friend that he doesn't agree with, and I guess he wants to be punished as well, kind of like a Fallen Brothers type beat. And do you think Call of Duty obliged his request? Nope. His bundle is still up now that you can buy. They basically completely aired him. So he was screaming into the void, showing his allegiance with Nick, but obviously Call of Duty Activision, they didn't do anything. I think, to be fair, Tim, without knowing it, had laid some very genius bait, because if Call of Duty actually removed his bundle as well, they basically would have just shown that they'll remove anyone if they don't deem them like necessary. Now, you'd think at this point Nick was in a little bit too deep and thought, you know what I could do? I could just kind of pull out now, not really address it anymore. But no, instead he actually doubled down and said on a live stream he means exactly what he said.
I stand by everything that I said, and that's where I'm at. That's where I land. You can paint me up again to be anything you want me to be. That's what the internet does. They take 8 words and they spin it and twist it and finagle it, and you're this, and that. They go find a fucking tweet from 2011.
The problem with that statement is he means what he said, but then goes on to say that people can twist these like 8 or so words. He said the reason why they're twisting it is because the tweet you made in response, it was pretty ambiguous. And the problem is with Twitter, they always want to interpret something in their own way to spin their own narrative. If they hate you, they're going to use it against you. If they're for you, they're going to use it to defend you. And by making such a vague statement, people are just going to run with it either way. Each side is going to become more and more against each other.